Whoa.
Whoa, what's going on, Gary?
Oh, this is Tuesday, isn't it?
It is. I see Trevor's already on.
It's not Sunday. This is Tuesday, in case you're confused on what we're doing on your screen. We're trying to wake up still.
I know, that's right.
Yep. Where's everybody at? Wake up, everybody.
Oh, like you said.
There's Larry. Larry Hunt. Hey, dudes. What's up, Larry Hunt?
Larry's sleeping as well. What's going on, Larry?
Larry, does it take you a couple days to get whipped back into shape, back into the routine after a big race weekend? Did it take you a couple days?
Oh, I bet.
Takes me a couple days.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm still tired.
It's like you said, you get 5 hours, but like it's at a different time,
Yeah, it's weird. It is. Yeah. It's just shifted down a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah.
There's Wendy Martin. Hello, guys. She says, "Hey, Wendy."
Great job, Wendy.
Did you go look at the banner on the back of their trailer?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool looking. We should have got a picture of that.
I was on the big end making the last hit and on Friday night, and the Junkyard Stu came over when you were coming to pick me up, and he's like, "Hey, I got a question. Where are they doing the waffles?" And I was like, "Oh, all right, come on down. Come to my pig." It says Mel Hamilton. Right before that, you'll see a trailer with the Wig waffle sign.
Yes.
He came over and brought his crew, put $100 in the kitty, and we had a good time. How much money do we raise, Wendy, for the waffle party Friday night? I know we had bacon, sausage, waffles. It was going to town. There was a line there.
I'm not a sausage lover, but I like Goose's sausage. It's delicious, especially it's sitting on the plate and you got a waffle. And I put about 10 gallons of syrup on my waffle. Okay. So there's syrup on the plate, and that sausage mixed with that syrup, that brown sugar that I shouldn't be eating, makes it delicious.
That's right. Remember that on what was that old school? When it hits your lips, it's good.
Hit your lips.
There. I'll do another $455. Right on.
Yeah, look at that. Man, that's great. Great job, everybody.
Got some food, got your belly full after making a couple test passes and raising money for the juniors. Man, that's a win-win. Can't stop it.
There's Barry Peter. Hey, Barry, are we going to see you at MAD for the Titans race in a couple weeks? I say a couple weeks. It's less than a couple weeks.
Golly, what is it? Friday. I mean, it's 8, 9 days. I mean,
yeah, it'll go fast. Yeah. There's Eric Foster. Hey guys. Hey Eric.
What's going on?
Now, if somebody's gonna be tired, he legit has an excuse to be tired.
Yeah.
Him and the whole crew at Centerville. Holy cow.
I tell you what, I saw him one point, I don't remember if it was Martin or whoever, but they were down there just running that mop.
Yes.
See, it seemed like a whole 8th mile. He is kind of halfway running back just to get the sprayer to come down and start spraying again. That dude was nonstop,
Yeah.
I'm sure
they started that
Wednesday for him. Golly.
They started that mop cleanup, right past the starting line.
Yeah.
And just worked. Yeah,
all the way down. Yeah. That dude is no stopping. I think we got some pictures of that.
Yeah. Oh, there's Jim Lauer right there. Hey, guys. Hey, Jim. I'll see Jim in a couple weeks.
Yeah, for the yes, sir.
This could be a pretty big event. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty big deal. So
good. Everybody go get their picture taken. That is awesome.
The Goose is here. All right.
Here.
Goose has probably been here for an hour, like you said.
Yes, he's been on. They're just sitting there waiting for it to come on. He probably needs to go out there and feed those cows. That's what he needs to do. That's what's going on.
You got to take care of them. They're pretty important, you know.
I know. Exactly right.
Larry Hunt says Junkyard Stewed is great people. Glad they joined us. Hope to see them at MAD.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, they were a great addition to the Titans show.
Yep.
For a guy that can really put on a show.
Oh.
Man,
he had to put those new set of slicks on. He goes, "Watch this burnout."
Yeah. Then he say like, Corey already put new slicks on, and you know what new slicks mean. And it was like, oh, we instantly knew what he meant. Here comes a 3-mile burnout.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That is awesome.
There's Ray. Ray says most come for the waffles and then for the race. Thank you to everyone that has been a part in it. It's a ton of work.
Yes, it is a ton of work. Speaking of work, Ray was working too this weekend.
Yep. It was working on their car.
Mm-hmm. He made a good lift.
Yeah. Made some good passes.
Yeah.
Shout out, since we're talking about Ray, shout out to his son, Riker.
Mm-hmm.
That kid is so cool.
Yeah.
He's we met him for the first time last year. And I think he's like, I'll say, I don't know about to us, you've talked to him too, but like I see that like he talks more to us. He's opened up, and man, he's such a cool kid to talk to. And I hope we're still racing around when he jumps in a big car and goes racing too.
Yeah. Well, you're right. We met him a year ago, last weekend, right? At Centerville.
Yeah. I think so.
Fairmont. And got that winner circle picture, and we interviewed him and Riker and then just, mad. And then, it was just a few weeks later, like it is this year. And start seeing them at the races, Tulsa, you name them, all of them, and then Banquet. So it was heck yeah. But yeah, definitely opened up, and it is going to be cool when he sees him in a big car. But yeah, that's a cool team, man.
Yeah, he's a great kid. Wendy, they worked their tails off. It was a great track. Yeah, the whole Centerville crew.
Yep.
Larry says the same. Eric and Sonny are the hardest working people ever.
They got it done. Speaking of shout outs, you ready to bring our marketing partners on? Give them a shout out.
Partners. Let's shout out to them partners. Here we go. Let's give a shout out to these awesome partners. Titans of 10.5, the fastest small tire series in the Midwest. CMB, Chuck's Metal Buildings and Construction. Harry Street Carpet, Ozark Raceway, Mobile Recon Mobile Detailing, Ultra Color Collision Repair, TNS Race Cars, and Sandlin Iron and Metal. Huge thanks to these awesome partners that are racing with us and supporting our little fun show here in 2026.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Great work.
There's Troy. Yeah. There's Troy. What's up, fellas? Hey, Troy.
Troy had a great weekend.
Eric says they were pushing the fence over when he was doing that burnout. Brandon.
Right. Exactly.
Dude,
right.
There was like, our pit was it was past the finish line and past the boards.
Right.
But there wasn't really any parking any further down than like where we was at. But there was like 2 rows or 3 solid from us clear up to like probably the restrooms or the concession stands or however far you can park. But man, there was a ton of people there, and they were stacked to the fence.
I think it was the semis, and Troy and I raced. I did my burnout, and you're kind of going through the rotation here, going reverse, turn the press on, and I'm backing up, and I just it's just all the way I could see down. It's just like how many people are out there. It's just incredible.
I was doing the same thing, waiting for you to burn out and come up. I'd walk up on the track and the starting line, and you'd look down that way, and it's like, holy cow, there's solid line of people down the fence.
Man, Centerville brought people and the cars. going through the pits and, the no box or juniors or motorcycles or 580 index or, little Titans. They were there. I mean, let's just think about it. What they have 12 in outlaw, right? I think we had
big 10. That's great.
Yeah. That's 6 in limited versus OL 8.5. They had 16 in Little Titans.
Yep.
And then I don't know how many they had in the other classes, but like they were up there when we were up there. That's why I'm just doing the counting. And, that was a great turnout there, man. That was just
wonder what the total, tech card count was.
Right. Well, talking to Al this afternoon, everybody walked away happy, so
good.
Good. Glad to hear it. So it was a good event. It really was. Kick off the weekend, kick off the race year. Let's do it.
Yeah. Hey, Eric, Eric says, Eric Foster says, I hope he pays, talking about Riker, I assume here, I hope he pays attention to his teachers as much as he does Heads Up Racing.
Yeah. Yeah. No kidding. That's funny. Tim from Amarillo says, tell Rodney I know a good body guy. Oh, me too.
Too late, Tim. No, but he sent me a picture, and for some reason his car's in the body shop.
Oh, okay.
Getting some paint on a fender.
Oh, they hit a deer or something? I don't know. No, I got my body guy in check.
Tim's probably getting his car prettied up for the Salina show in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Be my guess.
That's right. He's coming up.
Ray says, I can tell you he doesn't. Oh, well. Trevor Sayre. Go ahead, Rod.
Who doesn't? What? I don't get it.
Riker. Pay attention to.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, what Eric said.
For the report card, you know what I mean?
That's right.
I'm a little tired.
Oh, yeah, me too. I couldn't talk about it if I wasn't reading it.
Yeah. Yeah, that went right.
Tim says self-inflicted. Ouch, man. Oh, dang it. Trevor Sayre says 8 in motorcycles.
Right on. Congratulations, Trevor. Good job.
Man, cool.
Yeah. Good show. Nice opener.
Yeah, that was a great time.
And the weather was nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? Friday, we came there.
It did rain, but it came at the perfect time.
Right. Yeah, we get there Friday, and they were Johnny on the gate. The top contenders got right in. I guess there were some people that had to wait at the gate for a little bit. I wonder who that was. I don't know, but they got an orange car. I'm not sure. But anyway, they got us parked, and we went around and kind of, it's like a little family reunion, go around seeing people we haven't seen for a minute. And there was I figured it might be, there was a couple sections that were soft, but it wasn't like swampy or soupy or.
No, not at all.
Went down and had Friday night was good for us. My first hit was like a 5:44, and that was my fastest pass there ever.
It was way different than last year, wasn't it?
I've gone like 6 or 8 pounds and made, I think, 10. And it was good. We were doing low gear pulls that night just to do, shutting it off and checking plugs. And like you said, it rained at the perfect time, like an hour after we left, but by the time we got back there, even before we got up, it was done raining, right? And it was done. Yep. Then it was gone. Yep. It was a little windy. Like if you didn't have a jacket on that little scooter, it was definitely hoodie weather, Yeah. And, even in I'd say late afternoon, early evening, when the sun was out and the sun felt really good when you're standing, at the car or whatever. But when you got on the scooter and went scooting on the scooter, the wind was chilly. Oh yeah. It was like the wind chill was chilling. Yeah. Larry said, I forgot my coat. I was cold all weekend. Come on, Larry.
Man.
Oh. Can't forget that.
Somebody's asking about black wheels. Oh, this must be Donna Newberry.
That's Donna. Hey, Donna. We got to see Donna all weekend. Yeah.
How about those black wheels?
Yeah. I know Adam's got black wheels. So does Ray.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I got to get a new wheel too. It's coming.
Yep. Did you catch that that night, or did you see it after you got home?
After I got home.
Oh man, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, dang it. Where do you want to? Here's a comment. Oh, wrong button. Eric says, yes, I was there with Goose on the line. They are black.
That's what I was telling you earlier today. Like Goose about ready to, Eric thought my car was leaking oil or something. The way he's pointing at it, you know, he's got black wheels. Like, what? Always bragging about those polished wheels. Yeah.
Dang it.
Oh, that's funny.
Here's Alan Watts. Alan says, new old backup motor set in the car today. See you all in mid-America. Did you have a engine trouble, Alan?
That's the only thing that would make sense because I saw him on the trailer a little earlier.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's
hey,
right.
I go, that's not right. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. Seems a little premature trailer.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yep. He confirmed. Yes. Dang it.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Well, backup motor in, Old Faithful will be down there. Maybe AJ will be there and get another shot. You know, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, wherever you want to start. You want to start like going through the pits and just checking out the cars that showed up and kind of start there. And
dun, 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 dun. Okay, a couple comments here real quick. Melissa says, I have a pic of Rodney pulling up to the line and Goose right there talking about those wheels.
Yeah, probably right. He's probably ready to DQ me.
Oh, man.
That's not a limited wheel.
That's illegal.
Oh, that's illegal. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't have his ticket book with him because I think he was going to write tickets out for going over 3 miles an hour on our scooters.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. I see AJ Taylor watching.
Yeah, and Alan says his dad's radiator decided it wanted to leak. Man.
Oh, okay.
Rough start for the year.
Dang it.
AJ Taylor says testing this weekend to be ready for Titans at MAD the following week.
Oh, there you go.
So it's coming.
I know he got it back together. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's coming. There's Matt Ray. Hey, Matt, what's up?
What's up, bud? Matt Ray.
There was a thing with Troy. Do you want to hit that now or a little bit later?
Yeah, let's do it now.
Okay. So we'll start with this. We knew nothing about this until it happened. So Titans of 10.5, Larry and Al, they say Titans of 10.5 is excited to add something new for 2026. Best appearing car to be given at each series race this season. Centerville Dragway Series Race number 1. Best appearing car went to Troy Aves with a very beautiful, super innovative, and really cool 67 Dodge Dart. Thanks for racing with Titans. And we had no idea this was going down. I think I was over at Ray's car and you saw Troy doing something and I saw Troy drive by.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, why is Troy going up? They didn't even call us up to the lanes yet. Mm-hmm. What did you see on your end?
Well, when I was, we put it right behind him and he made a comment like, yeah, he just said nonchalantly, I go, yeah, I guess Al wants me to go up for open ceremonies. Like, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. They're going to, when they, maybe have a hot rod out there when they have a few things to say. I didn't think nothing about it. So he pulled up there and then I went over to where you were hanging, talking to Ray and Riker and then guys. And then a few minutes go by and you kind of hear Al on the speaker, Troy, the speaker system where we were at kind of was a little groggy, but like, Troy Aves and Dart. And I was like, what? So I go, they're talking about Troy. Zoom over there on my scooter and I wanted to check it out, but didn't want to be in the way because they had him all around the car and Larry was there. But yeah, this is awesome and well deserved. And I don't know if this is true or not, but Andrew Lovett made a good point that he's the one that wiped down the car that morning.
Oh, man.
So kind of had a lot to do with it, but yeah, it's well built and runs great. And congratulations. I think it's great that the Titans are doing this. So
yes. And I stayed, I remember you zipping off on your scooter, and I stayed there talking with Riker. And where the car was at, the side of the car, I was facing the track, and I couldn't hear the speaker stuff. It was just in a spot where I just couldn't hear. And chatting with Riker and Ray and checking out his cool Camaro and this and that and the other. And through the gap of trailers and stuff, I could see the track. And then over there is Troy. Just driving down the track. I'm like, what in the world is he?
Where's he going?
The first thing I thought was he went up and got in trouble because he didn't get called up the class. And he had to go back to the pits. But why would he be driving down the track to go back to the pits? Man, I was confused. It's not hard, but
yeah. And then when they got back, he had the award and was showing it and to me. And I was like, well, we got to get a picture of your car. Let's get Melissa over here, get a picture, for the show and everything. And that's, it was just awesome. It was a great feeling, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
Troy says, I was surprised and honored. I wish I could have put on a better show than spinning all day. Well, you'll get it figured out, Troy. That's a tough tire. Just take some laps.
Yeah.
And Troy says, can't thank Al and Larry enough.
Yeah.
Alan says, I'm just say the next race, Don has the Econoline there. It deserves a best appearing award. It's so cool.
Oh yeah. The white Econoline. I saw that as well. I think the secret is you got to get Andrew Lovett over there to wipe it down, apparently.
You can wipe it down. You can wipe yours down next time.
Yeah.
Now, Eric says, well-deserved, beautiful Mopar.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, too. We were cruising through town. We saw another one like it, right? Remember that?
Yeah. Yes. And then it ended up on the track.
Yeah, it ended up coming out. So
it looked like the same one.
Yeah. No, it did. Man, there was a lot of cars there. I'm just serious. There was just a lot of nice cars. Man, I just went through the pits there when we had a moment, just snapping pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Troy, with this is Aves Performance Racing. This is their Facebook page. He made a post. He says, took home best appearing car at Titans of 10-5 opening race at Centerville Dragway. This one means a lot. Handpicked by Al and Larry. One car each race. We take a lot of pride in this program, but to have it recognized like that, that's special. Grateful to be part of something as strong as Titans with a group of racers and people that make it what it is. Now let's go racing.
There you go.
And then you took this picture of Chris and Sandra and Troy and Andrew and the plaque.
Yeah.
Pretty cool deal.
Yeah. No, it looks good. Heck yeah.
And there's Larry and him. Larry handed over the plaque. And one more thing.
235, like we were talking
about. It does. Yeah, it does. Yep.
Yeah.
I thought so too. It doesn't look bad at all.
Mm-mm.
And if you really think Troy's car is cool, he has a Facebook page. And this is it, Aves Performance Racing. Go follow his car and his racing. They keep stuff pretty current on there about what they're doing with the car. So go follow the page, like it, follow it, all that cool stuff, and keep track of what Troy's doing with his best appearing car from Centerville.
There you go.
Yes. And I think we'll kick this off here. I think this is the staging lanes Friday night, isn't it?
I think you're right.
Mess, everybody kind of mixed in, but it worked out.
A little test and tune. You can see the Studs in front of us. I get a call from the Stud team on Thursday, right? Loading up, and they just had a few questions and because they were loading up themselves and plan on coming, and we just kind of went over the rule package. I think their biggest thing is they just want to make sure they can still run a slick. That was it. And they meet the rules. And so we kind of went through that and like, yeah, you're good. Yeah, it says right here you can run as long as it's not a W. Come on. And so but it was good to see them on the property, the big burnouts and the cars just incredible.
Wow.
Woo. But people were coming up talking to him. Of course, he's kind of doing some traveling and winning some events, so it's getting known. It's not a Mustang or Camaro, so it's it's like
it's unique for sure. Yeah, them are great dudes, man. You want to talk about again hardworking people. Damn, them guys.
About it now that you brought it up, wasn't there 5 cars? That could have been 6 with AJ that came out of Wichita this weekend.
Yeah. So you, Troy, Dr. Dave, Stewed, Troy. No. You name them off. 5.
I'm gonna blank too. So is
you and Troy,
Dr. Dave,
Stewed, Foster.
Yes, Kyle.
Oh, 6 then. Kyle, 5, and Jim Foster.
Okay, 6.
Black Chevelle, 60. Yeah. I had no idea he was there. He had a post on Facebook, his rig and trailing stuff, and then he had a Centerville Titans. His cap, and I was like, had no idea he was there. So 6 Wichita cars.
Yeah, that was awesome,
man.
Yeah, Barry, Peter, Kyle, and Mark. Yeah, good job.
Yeah. Yep. Kyle and Mark, the Red Nova.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't even know where because Jim has a big toter and like a
nice
trailer, and I don't even know where it was at. I have to keep an eye out for it. Hey, speak of that, there he is.
Yeah, good times, man. We're talking about you. Congratulations.
We had no idea you was there till you made your Facebook post.
Up and
man,
nice setup. Walking around, I saw him earlier walking around and gave him the head nod and we waved. But that's he had a great weekend, good outing.
But now that we know what car he has, the black Chevelle, you know what they say? I don't. You never know a guy's name, but you can tell him what kind of car he's got. Recognize him by the car.
Right. And with that toter, he's got to have some breakfast,
Oh, that's right.
Hey, what's for lunch? Kind of go by. But
here's
6 cars came down from Wichita.
Yes, that's great. Here's Eric. He says, "Thank you all for the support at Centerville. We will bring several cars to MAD."
There you go. Yeah. Heck yeah. Let's do it.
So that was Friday night. Everybody getting lined up for that test pass.
Before you go, I know I see the lights starting to come on in the background. There's a little bit of cloud, but like Russell Foreman said last time, it's an HO or a KOA in there.
KOA,
with the trees. And I mean, what was the DA? I know it was bad. It was bad, at 2,000 feet Friday night, but didn't wasn't it like at 600 feet on Saturday or something crazy? 900 feet or something. I mean,
no, I think it was better than that. I know Sandra and Troy looked. I think it was 280 or something like that. It was it was pretty good.
Horsepower, and but yeah, heck yeah. I mean, Gary, I'm looking at this picture right here. It looks like to me my wheels are polished.
I agree. It looks polished right there. You can see it.
I think Goose needs
black. This far away, it's obvious it's polished because the parachute's black, the wing is black, the window is black.
Right.
That's definitely polished.
It's polished. Yeah, I agree. Good point. Good point. Moving on.
He's sticking his nose too deep, isn't he? got his nose way up in your wheel.
Yeah.
There's show. This was probably this is the same night, wasn't it? He's right across there.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for either a T1 or T2, and like I said, the Track was on point, man. I had no issues, but I wasn't feeling a lot of big power down.
Yeah, every time I got out and got on the track, it was good to go. No excuse to yeah. Troy said he spun. He's got to. It'll get there. You know.
Well, what's Eric Foster saying?
Well, Eric says we had our best 60 foot on 275 last week in 998 60 foot Ty Kruk. That was the maroon SC95, right?
Yeah, twin big block deal.
Woo! Tim says 2,000 feet is bad air. He races in like 7,000 feet there. Damn road is terrible.
Exactly.
And Eric says backed it up with a 100.
God.
Or backed it up by 1% or whatever.
I think he's saying backed it up to one flat.
The one flat. Shoo.
Yeah,
that's heavy duty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, track was there.
Yes. That's a cool pick. You and Shote in the water box in the dark. Yeah.
That's a great pick. Yeah, you got to go up there. I was telling the Brandon Sandlin, like, hey, when you go around, you're going to back up. I've only been here once, but, that's how they do it here. Okay, yeah. And Chad helped him out. And, of course, when he did his burnout, all the trees were just flapping,
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, it's a good picture of Shote and myself.
And Colton there in front of the car. It looks like Colton, his son. Yep. Mm-hmm. There's the goose.
The Goose Meister. He's on the property.
Mr. Goose. Cattle farmer extraordinaire.
Oh, yeah.
How many cows you got anyway?
City Slickers.
Yeah, that's right. He tagged us as City Slickers.
Yep, all weekend.
Oh, man.
Funny.
We're probably going to get that movie in the mail for Christmas.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Billy Crystal. Heck yeah.
Yep.
This is Saturday here.
Yep. There was a surprise that we saw on Friday when everybody was unloading, right? That silver car.
Oh, yes. Well, let's talk about that, because what I heard from you was, oh, hey, they brought the silver car, because I was in the front. I couldn't see what was going on. So what happened on what you heard?
Yeah, over there talking with Jason, and last year they brought the silver bullet, silver whatever year Camaro that is, their backup car, and he's they hadn't brought the car out yet, and he said something about, we had to bring the silver car and blah blah blah, and I didn't ask any questions. It's early in the year. Right. The red car might be at the doctor. Who knows?
Never know.
And man, then we're over in your pit, and we look over there, and there's this silver Camaro sitting out by the trailer. It's like, what in the world?
Yep.
What is that?
I was like, what? Yeah, is that new?
Yeah,
right?
It's not a painted black top. It's an actual vinyl top. It's really cool.
Looks great.
And it looks great.
Yeah.
Larry dump truck extraordinaire. Yep, their car looks really good, silver.
Yeah.
In the top. Yep. You and Shote doing some tuning.
Track side support right there, and we're in phase 1 of baseline tune, and like we talked about, we'll go to phase 2 of suspension. But this is every time, like we talked about before, when he's around, I just listen. And but we're just going through a little baby tune here. What we did was all the test passes were, except the last one, we're just running out in low gear, let it shift, and shut it off. Check the plug, and we're just kind of climbing up on boost on each run, and then so we were just getting some 60-foot data, and it was responding every time. And the motor's strong, it's healthy, and but yeah, he came over that one time. He was talking to the Martins, and I just walked up and was like, hey, whenever you get done, swing over before you go back. Oh no, I'm here. Like, all right. And But yeah, that's a good. And he ended up running like 440s on his last
Yeah.
test. Yeah, like a 156 or something. Holy cow! He went 110 on those 235s.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ray says his new name is Wes Hope.
Wes Hope. Wes Hope. Wes Hope. What's going on there? I don't know. That's funny.
Yeah.
This is, I think it's Friday night. I think it's Friday night. Yeah. And,
Friday night.
Right before we're getting ready to do some waffles. Just looking over the data.
Your data log was jammed full. You remember that? What's wrong with this thing? It won't download.
It's doing exactly what you're telling it to do. Like, just read it.
Well, it was right at the bottom, 0. Oh,
yeah, delete.
He's like, get rid of this.
I got long folders. Work next time. Look at this.
Yeah.
You, Gary, right there? Face full?
I think so. Look, I'm getting ready to kill that goose sausage right there.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's Chad and Corey right there.
Right there, yeah. I think Brandon's to the left, and Al and Larry are probably to the left of that. So, yeah, we're in the Martin Pit, baby. It's full on. Friday night waffle, bank, and bacon. Full on. Wonder, delicious. Did we get a pound count on the bacon? I don't know if we were north of 15 or how that ended up. But, yeah.
Yep, I didn't hear.
Maybe
delicious as always. Delicious pancake and bacon and goose sausage. Woo. Yeah, very good. Yeah,
very good.
It's a fun deal. What a great addition and a great feature.
Oh yeah, plus it pumps money up for the junior.
Raise money for the kids. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Another pick. There's Al on the right. Goose.
In his cool Titan shirt.
Cool Titan shirt. I think we're getting ready to do the chip draw here. Titans is where this is. Yeah.
So what draw would you draw? 17?
517. 517. And Al literally, after he drew it, he threw the chip like it's gone. Like it's in the dirt.
That's what I was going to say. What did he do with that chip? And, it was talked about last year and over the winter about kicking them out like Ozark does. They don't put it back in. Yep. So you won't go 517 index again the rest of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked to Austin Martin after we drew the chip, and it's like, what'd you run last pass? I think it was like 518. So he died, and so yeah. Yeah, heck yeah. 26 pounds of bacon. Golly, 10 pounds of sausage.
Nice. Woo! I still want to see the Joker chip come out or the O chip, the OO.
Oh, the 5-0? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Or the wild card chip, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the wild card. Yeah. What I call it, the Joker chip.
And, what do you think if we draw the Joker, or I just said it too, the wild card chip? You think it should be deep, go fast, or like all the way to the right? 5-3-0,
what? So, what is the fastest? Do you remember? You draw them out. What is the fastest chip that's been pulled so far since this began?
Someone needs to back me up about. I thought I drew an 05. Did we go in the O's one time?
Isn't that deep? 08 maybe. Austin or Wendy would remember probably.
Yeah. Maybe, I'm thinking that. I'm trying to remember now. But yeah.
I think it needs to be a 500 sometime. That chip's got to come out sometime. Get it out. Line them up.
Yeah. Yeah, and Goose always comes over and like, well, how fast? Right before we pull the chip, he comes over and goes, "Hey, sticky fingers."
Fingers.
I'm like, yeah. And he goes, "How fast is that red Chevelle running tonight?"
Yep.
He thinks that's what I'm going to pull. That's what it is.
What did we tell him? Like 460s. He's been 460s. He's sandbagging.
Yeah. There's Austin 504. Yeah.
04. Okay. Wow.
I was thinking there was an 0 something.
Man.
Because they had to, everybody had to lean on it, or however you want to say it, a little bit.
Had to up some arrows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and speaking of this class, hopefully we'll see like Catch at Mad, and my name's escaping me. With the
Thomason.
Yeah, Thomason.
Yeah.
Thank you. And that group pageant.
Isn't there a Dragon Drive weekend deal? The circuit is it that weekend that's the same?
Oh no,
is it? It might be. I think I saw that somebody said something about that. Because somebody asked about going, and he said, "No, it's or maybe it's the Flying H weekend." But I thought it was early in the month, like the circuit deal or something.
Yeah, I don't know which.
Eric says, Austin is my hero. I won $40 off my locals betting on him Saturday.
Oh, there you go.
That's great.
All dinner. Heck yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Yep, we got 2 people verifying that circuit deal is. That's going to hurt. That's going to pull a few cars away from Mad.
Yeah.
Catch and Paget.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Kuhn, because I've seen them little picture deals where they're having some grudge races set up, and I seen Eric's 55 in that picture, and Catch and Chris. Yeah, dang it,
got all these weekends. Got to fall in the same one.
Oh man, yeah, Wendy and everybody in your house and the Martin family and everybody else that helped, you knocked it out of the park again. And can't wait.
It's just not the same.
Next, that Friday night again, kills and pancake or waffles, and man,
we won't eat all day.
This, I'm not sure that name, but what's up, guys? Y'all put on a great show this weekend. Somebody from the YouTube side there, a little red car. Not sure the name, but yeah. Thanks for chiming in and watching.
Heck yeah! No,
I wonder if that's a local. Wonder if this is a Centerville local individual. Cool.
Might be. Yeah.
Wendy, also Garrick and Asian at Mocan. Oh, okay. Or Garrick and Asian Farm Truck. Yep, had a lot of stuff going on. Everyone wants to get that good weather before it gets smoking hot in the summer. Sorry, ghost name Gary. Remember? Okay, he's a winner. We got him in the winner circle pick.
There you go.
Yes,
with the blue Chevy 2, right? I'm trying to remember, or was that the 580? I'm trying to remember. Gotta look at them all again. It's
650.
650. There it is. He took
up
650.
Yeah. Yeah. Wendy says farm truck and Agent Moki. Yeah.
Yep.
Got it. Cool. Thanks for chiming in.
A lot of nice cars. And now Centerville did their part. They brought the people, they brought the cars, filled up. A lot of
they opened the gate.
Out
came in.
Fives, man. They I think, like I said, I think 12 deep in that, and
it seems like everybody knows that the track is in the middle of nowhere and it's a destination. Like they want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
They're leaving town and they want to go out in the middle of nowhere and watch some awesome racing.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
It's awesome.
No, it is.
Good
way to kick off the year.
Huh?
Good way to kick off the year.
Oh yeah. Great.
Look at this.
The Phillips. Look at that orange. Man.
Orange with the black stripe. We talked about this. Goose talked about painting this thing white. Just because we're going to paint the truck and trailer orange. And so it had just been cheaper if he would just paint the car white because the truck was white and the trailer was white.
Yeah.
So
been a lot easier. A lot less easier.
Mm-hmm. But so now the car, the car's orange. Now the truck's orange. Now they're going to paint the trailer orange. So I asked them too. I go, "What about the little Nissan?"
Yeah,
and they go, it'll be orange.
Zach, right?
Yeah, Zach.
Yep.
And he made it to the finals, right?
I think so.
Made it to the finals at 650s.
I think so.
Yeah.
He was racing pretty late. I don't know. Only thing I know about that late at night is it was cold. It was cold.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Devin Brown. What's up, Devin? Mr. Silver Car.
Silver Bullet 2.0.
Done with that stupid red. Come on. Dang.
You guys are setting a fad there. What's going on?
Eric says, I bet you wouldn't have black wheels on it. Yeah, you can't put the black wheels on the white car. It's against the rules.
Yeah.
Man, so we got a couple pictures of some work that the Phillips was doing.
Yeah, let's check it out.
And okay, there's Larry, 580 for Zach.
Yeah, so he raced the Chevy 2 at the end.
That's a fast little crew, man.
Sorry, keep up with all the classes. That's good stuff. Thanks for the help out. Were they putting in some work? What are they doing, Gary?
Man, they're manhandling that Hemi.
Yeah.
Yep. Little motor swap time.
Motor swap. Who we got in there? We got Tony. We got Adam. We got
Zach. Zach's back there.
Where's Goose?
He's probably in our pit trying to grab stuff.
I don't see Goose helping. Where's his side? You know what I mean?
He's probably looking for a scooter key or a golf cart key.
Yeah, they're changing motors in between rounds.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
They did too. They got it done.
They did. You've probably seen that video that's out there. I think is a drag lens video where on the big end. I've seen a lot of people share it where, you know, it sounded like it was smoking just a touch. I won the banks and won the cylinders and going through the lights or whatever. At some point in the run, it lost its burn down tubes. So it got a little bit too much crank evac pressure. So Adam did a great job. He saved it and both chutes were out.
Save. Wow.
Around and very good job. And he so they came back and woo, look at that. Ouch.
There's not much good left of that.
Ouch.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
look at that. We're just talking about your hard work, Tony. He just got on. You see that?
Getting on. Hey Tony, just getting on. What's up?
Go
Lightweight
back.
pistons, that's what's up.
Look, go back one. I think Tony was flexing in that one. I don't know if he saw that. He rolled him up, didn't he? Right there.
Oh man.
Lift with your legs, not your back. Yeah. So yeah, they got the hardest working award for sure. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. What a job.
Well, it did its job, did it not? I mean, you know what I mean? Holy cow.
It's an uncle. Ow, get off me.
Get now. Yeah. Woo.
Tony says that's one ugly piston. Used it up.
Yeah.
He says stupidest award, maybe. Oh man.
Those deals too, you want to go over and like see it, but then you don't want to be in the way and like, you know, ask them what's going on. Didn't you say somebody? I mean, they had people everywhere wiping stuff down, wiping the front end down, nose down.
Yeah.
Going through the
I think that's what's going on here. They're up there working in the engine bay, and there's a couple. I think they're laying up in there wiping oil off of stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's some hard workers.
They had some good passes. Didn't they go like a 410 was the quickest I think I saw?
That's all because they were in the 30s and the 20s, and I think they went that 410 like you're saying.
Whew, man.
Yeah. Made it down to 3 cars and they split, right? It was Tony, Justin Martin, right? And
I think so. Was Devin the other?
Was Devin the other? No, I don't think so.
No, they had to race.
Yeah, they raced each other.
Phillips, yeah.
I remember that one.
Can't think of who the third one was.
No.
Yeah, they decided to split their deal, didn't they?
Yeah. Was it Crunk?
Man, I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Oh, Mike Gongola.
Mike Gongola. All right. There you go.
I don't remember what car that was either. I remember the name. I don't remember what car it was. There was so many in Outlaw. There was a bunch.
Yeah, there was.
Maybe Ty.
I don't remember. There was a lot in Outlaw.
Orange Mustang. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Pitted right there by the staging lanes, right?
Yep.
Looked like Orange Mustang. Looked like Stevie Fast's old car from way back.
Zoomies and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of orange in the finals, it looks like.
Yes. Talk about hard work at that crew.
Oh, yeah. Golly. And this is what you're saying. It started at the starting line or around it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Golly. Went out there to the 330 cone. Holy cow.
Yeah. And they had to clean that all the way across there. It wasn't a little trail. It was speckled like that wide all the way down there. Man.
The shoulder workout was engaged.
They did a great job cleaning that up. Wow.
Yeah. Man, Sonny is running that tractor. She's running through like she's done it for years, man. Scraping that up, make the circle, back down the other way.
Yep. She's done that a couple times, I think, probably. Wasn't her first day. Here's your car and your pit.
Yep. Getting all set up there. Like I said, it was good. Dry. Backed it in.
Yeah, this was Saturday when we
talked about.
Yeah, we pitted shallow here first to, it wasn't wet, but we stayed up here on the grass and it was good and solid right there. Then we changed the strategy even more and stayed on the pavement. Kind of got us in and out of there a little quicker, didn't it? Seemed like.
Yep, right. Yeah.
We even beat Devin to the lanes one time.
We did. Well, I saw them doing a parade. There was a few of them that went up there and they just circled, came right back. I think they were just making sure they, everything worked and doing a little parade, waving and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Tony says the blow off tubes actually blew off the valve covers. Man.
Yeah. Man.
And the cleanup we seen, that was from from Justin Martin's engine, the crankcase tank in the back was spewing out some gunk on the track. Yeah.
That was a good save by Adam.
Eric says I spy black wheels.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, we had a good pit spot, easy to get in and out of. It wasn't wet. There was a teeny tiny dark spot way down kind of up by the front of the trailer, between the trailers. And Saturday or Friday the sun was out, there was a breeze, and by Friday night that ground was not dark no more. It was pretty dried up. It was a good pit.
Yeah.
Good stuff. We had some cool neighbors. We had the Martins next door and Mike Sleeper.
Yep.
Austin's car.
Somebody didn't have a car running the night before that made it to the split, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Or the weekend before. Yeah.
Mike Sleeper's cool street car. That's a nice car.
You see his shirts come out yesterday?
I seen that. Yes. I saw that.
I messaged him a few times, like, who did those? And, how do you do that?
I think Karen Price did those up in Kansas City.
She did. That's what he said.
This be staging lanes Saturday night, probably?
I think you're right. I see Kronk there, and I'm not sure who the Camaro is. I don't know all the locals and stuff there. There was a lot of cars.
I don't even remember seeing that Camaro. When I was loading these pictures, you took pictures and you sent them over, and I was like, man, I don't even remember seeing that car.
There it is. Parkinson. Cool.
Jim.
Probably a big block deal. Looks good.
Wow, cool. Good looking car.
Yeah.
And this is Crux car, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a clean looking machine.
It's on the ground.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah. Very good. I think he was there last year too, Gary. I remember this car from last year.
Yeah.
Must be a local as well. But
Yep,
hopefully
remember the name also.
Yeah. What was his nickname? Crackhead or something? I saw
something like that, I think. Eric can verify.
Yeah. I just saw people.
Look at that.
Look at that.
That's what was old Red.
Yeah.
Big Red.
Mm-hmm.
He got tired of the red too, see?
Yeah.
It wasn't just me.
Step it up. It looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good,
That
man.
final top looks really good too.
Yep. Another picture of the Phillips car.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got here? Oh, let's see.
Cool.
Went 40s off the trailer.
That's the black first gen.
Okay. And track record holder 407 for Ty Kruk. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's rolling. I mean, that's knocking on the threes as well, right?
Woo. That's a bad dude.
Yeah. Eric said he
Speaking
went
of bad. Go ahead.
Eric said he went 998.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Lewis Martin Jr. says, big shout out to Sonny and Eric Foster. The track was awesome both nights. Eric's my boy.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Blue.
My boy Blue. Dude, how many hugs did you give that dude?
I think 4. Eric might remember, but I think I give him 4 hugs. He needed some hugs.
I think we had a little deal with the Stewed and Kyle's car, and we were kind of waiting around. He comes off the tractor. He's like, man, track's good as new. And everybody made their second hit. But he was smiling all weekend, running, making decisions. Every time I see him, he's working, talking to racers, running around on that little scooter or the tractor or the sprayer. He was nonstop. And they probably started on like Tuesday or Wednesday. It ain't like they got there 30 minutes before we did.
Right.
I mean, holy cow.
He kept smiling because I kept giving him hugs.
That's what it was.
That's the secret.
You gave him a hug, it filled up his smile meter.
That's right. And speaking of bad dudes, there's the bad Stewed.
Yes, sir. Stewed was in the house. Yeah. He had a little converter mishap his first outing. Oiled down the track. We had a little bit of a weight. It spun around, but they brought it back to the pit. He just told me, he goes, my blower's fine. And I'm like, oh, okay. What does that mean? He goes, I have everything else. I have spares.
Yeah.
So as long as my blower's fine, I'll be racing tomorrow. And so he goes, all I need is a trash can. And so I go find you a trash can.
We got him a trash can.
We got the trash can. And, they had the case of brake clean and the paper towels, and they went to work. They made the first round call.
Did you look inside and see how wet it was in there?
Yes, I did.
Man, it was wet. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
The doors, the floor, the windshield.
I saw the floor mostly.
Golly.
Yeah. That freaking torque converter exploded. I mean, it came apart,
Yeah.
I wish I would have took a picture of it.
Had a giant leak.
But yeah, it definitely pressurized. But he had another one, and they serviced it and serviced the motor. And I don't even think they did anything to the motor because he ran it back while we were sitting there, and it's like, seems fine. So they just cleaned it up, put some new shoes on the back because they were oil soaked.
Yeah. It left tracks everywhere off the rollback, clear up into the pit.
Mm-hmm.
So that converter, that an aluminum converter, is that what it? And what happened?
Aluminum or steel, but I know it was a bolt together. That bolt.
What happened? Did the bolts pull the threads? Is that what happened to that deal? I mean, it didn't come apart, but it separated.
Two halves. Yeah, two halves came apart. Yeah,
that is wild that something like that can happen. That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of abuse, just the torture. And
I should have told Brandon to have Marty warn it.
Right.
Yeah, because
surely it's under a 10,000 mile warranty or something, right?
ain't bumper to bumper, you know. Yeah.
Eric says it takes all of us, and we've been doing it for a long time together.
Yeah, it shows.
Yeah, and he says it pulled the threads by the pick I saw. He says, yeah,
yeah, because he was kind of showing it at the waffle party, but he
man.
was. They were energized and ready to go because as soon as they were, got it back, they started messing with it, but they were ready to eat some waffles, So it ain't like, oh, we don't have waffle time. We got to get this thing going. Like they were like, oh, yeah, we've been here. As long as the blower's fine, I'm fine. Like, all right.
Yep. They go get their food, go eat some bacon and waffles.
And didn't he go like a 20, if I remember right?
Yeah, I think so.
A high teen, 60 foot on the slicks and go at a low 20 or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Passes. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, it might have been a 2-0, a 20, a bottom 20, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm going to check in with them this week, see if they're coming to Mad.
Sure. Hope they are.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
High gear only. Oh, okay. That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Here is our buddy, local guy, Dr. Dave.
Yeah, one of the 6 we brought down. So, man, that guy had a weekend, didn't he? Holy
cow. A
trip,
man. He had a weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, Larry says 421.
There you go. Yeah, what'd he get? 8 tires? Changed 3 of them on the way down, truck and trailer?
Yep. He was probably, when we told him we was leaving, and he said they'll be leaving in a couple hours, I think he said.
Yeah.
So sometime after that, well, I think it was the Belle Plaine service center and service area in the turnpike, he sends a picture. He's changing a trailer tire, barely got out of town.
Yeah.
And a while later, he sends a picture on the side of the road on interstate.
Yeah.
With a truck tire.
Yeah.
So, and a little while later, he sends another picture, got another trailer tire.
Yep.
Man.
Well, we remember those trailer tire days, don't we? A couple years
back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Going to Dallas and back. Got one each way.
Yeah. It was time to get a new trailer. That was the last race of the year. And I was talking to Mom. I was like, man, it's time to get a new trailer. Get some 16.
Oh, check this out. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was finishing. Yeah, I get some 16-inch wheels, something, a little bit more sporty.
Yeah. You remember Austin's trailer? The low tire?
Yeah.
Yeah, he changed that and put that spare on. He said they blew that spare on the way home. Yeah. Oh, no.
Well, I saw you over there kind of looking at his tire and you kicked it. Now you went over there and talked to him. I mean, obviously, was it just going low throughout the weekend or something?
Yeah, well, we noticed it when we was kind of just chilling earlier in the afternoon. We was having a sandwich or a snack or something. And you looked over and you said, well, that tire looks a little low.
Yeah.
And it was a little low. Man, later, it was obviously a lot lower.
Right.
And it was slowly leaking. And they changed it.
You know what I mean? There's no weight in the trailer,
Yeah, no, it's just sitting there.
Yeah. But so they threw it on. They borrowed my bottle jack, threw it on and got it, didn't make it home with it. Dang it. Well, what'd you do? Did you have another spare or what'd you do there? 3-wheel motion there?
Man. And that tire that was low, the one they took off, they couldn't see, there wasn't like a screw or a nail. They couldn't see nothing in it. Anywhere really.
Well, if the local tire shop decided if they were going to come to work Saturday morning and stay open for a few hours, they made their pay when Dr. Dave rolled in and bought all those truck tires and trailer tires. Man, holy cow. Holy cow.
He's got 2 spares.
2 spares. There you go. Used them up.
Dang.
Well, I remember they went and found an air compressor up front, to pump the spares up, make sure they were good. But yeah.
Man, darn trailer tires.
Know it.
Yeah, then so Dave, they had the trailer tire stuff, and then I think at one point somebody said they saw something leaking. Yeah, and it was brake fluid. So they had a brake fitting loose.
Okay.
So they had to go fix that. And then I think it was probably eliminations. I seen I think it was Michael Yielding's video he posted on Facebook. Dave was in the left lane, and it goes down track just a little bit, and it gets kind of weird and wonky, kind of crab crawling, Well, I texted Dave yesterday. I said, y'all figure out what broke in the rear at the back of the car. Something broke, and it was a cross member had got tweaked, ladder bar cross member, and that car has a lot of power, and it's super, super heavy. And it's working its way around finding the weak spots. So
definitely.
They'll get her fixed up. His dad built that car, and they're probably already working on it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Nice little ride. Nice ride.
Yep, super nice. What's this? Okay,
Brandon.
This is it. Brandon. Okay, I was thinking Dwayne, but Brandon. Yeah,
Brandon Stillwell. Yep. Yeah, little big block deal there, if I remember right. Yep. No. That's a Outlaw 10.5 car. That's
okay.
That's a turbo deal.
Okay, I see
got a nitrous deal. Yeah, that's black with the blue. Yeah, Mark Daniels. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Mark Daniels.
Yeah, another one of probably the local hitters there in Outlaw.
Eric's on it, isn't he? Man.
Yeah, it's all his boys there. Big block turbo. Yeah.
Big block Chevy turbo.
That thing ran.
This might be. Okay, is this Brandon's car, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the car limited. Yeah.
Yeah. Limited car. There was a handful of Mustangs I noticed on the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He said it goes 450s.
The turbo.
Yeah. Yep.
Heck yeah. Cool.
That's Alan's right? Alan Watts?
Yep. Alan. Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon. Big block Chevy nitrous for Brandon.
Yeah. He was 6'1", 110.
Woo, man. Good track. There's old Red, Justin Martin.
Yeah. He made it to the finals, made it to the split. Yeah, it was good to see him and Cody, right? Got to talk to them a bit.
Cody was in Little Titans.
Mm-hmm. Did you say he told you he ran a PB?
Yes. We was down, swung down there to pick you up, and Cody swung in there behind you.
Yeah.
And he said it had made a personal best, and he thought he hopped it up a little bit, see if it'd run a little bit better, and then it ran a super duper personal best.
Yeah.
By like a lot.
Yeah.
So went, he said 488 or something like that.
Man. Yeah. Heck yeah.
He made a big leap.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They took them to Georgia, a month and a half ago or whenever that was for the Ducks race, and they took both vehicles down there and raced them up. Good time.
Yeah. There you go.
It's the SN95 Crux.
Mm-hmm.
Good looking car.
Man.
Yeah, the turnout was great, man.
Really
so
was.
Great. Little Stewed.
Yep. Getting their service there. Yeah, when he spun it around there when the torque converter exploded, he said it just got the old extender, on the wall a little bit. Had to bend it back in, and nothing else was touched. Because when they were loading it up on the rollback, we're on the fence there, like, man, it don't look like there's nothing wrong with the front end,
Yeah.
It's like it's all
good.
And
Eric says, looking forward to see Red and Cody running our Titan series with us. You hear two badass cars.
Absolutely.
That's right.
That's going
two
to be
badass dudes, too. Those guys are so cool.
They're so laid back and good deal. They fit perfect too,
Yeah. And speaking of Cody, there's Cody's truck.
Yeah. That is
Man,
awesome.
what would make that truck look better?
What?
Some polished wheels.
Polished wheels on the white truck coming up.
Polished wheels.
It's a nice little ride, isn't it?
Yep, I like the S10 trucks.
Yeah. That's an LS turbo deal, isn't it, Gary?
I think so. Probably a little single turbo deal, I'm pretty sure. I don't know that for sure. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another outlaw.
I didn't catch this guy's name. I'm sure Eric is going to chime in here any second. I do not know his name. That's probably him right there.
Oh, Devin's correcting.
Matt, look, an S10. Matt. Small block Pro Charge, Devin says.
Oh, on the S10?
On the S. Oh, really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm looking at this picture like that's all nitrous there. That's
on the Mustang.
Yeah, the Mustang. Yeah. Okay. Well. Oh. Dean Cameron, big block Ford nitrous.
There you go. Oh, Ford to the front.
Huh.
He was doing some nice wheelies and stuff. Cars on the ground.
Yeah, Devin says, yeah, on Cody's truck, it's a Pro Charger. So small block, is it like a conventional old school Chevy, or is it an LS with a Pro Charger?
Right on. Man, we might just have to bring Cody on. Let's hear about it.
That's right. It's a good idea. Get his side of the story.
It's got It's got a Pro Charger.
Pro Charger.
Yep.
Devin knows them Pro Charger guys.
That's an old school motor, Eric's saying. Old conventional head.
Conventional. Huh.
Very good.
Cool. Good deal.
Like Mike Sleeper, he's got an old conventional head one.
Yeah.
It runs good as well. Heck yeah.
Bam, there's the show.
Show me speed. Show me speed. Got the new turbos in the front. Getting her shaken down, went 440.
He says they're pretty wicked. The new turbos are wicked.
Yeah.
There was 3 cars on the 26s, right? Troy and Choate and Ray. Just 3, right? Out of the 6, half the class. There was 6 cars.
Yeah, I think it was 3 and 3 because it was me, the truck.
TJ House with the truck.
Yep, TJ House.
And the Mustang. Brandon.
Yeah, he's on 275s. Yep. So there it is. Representing both sides, 3 and 3.
And split right down the middle. Yep.
That's it. That's a great picture.
Yeah, old Dart and the old Chevelle.
And this is on the other side of, lane 1 through 4, if you will. I think it's lane 1 and 2, where they lined up all the Titans. And I think we counted 16, did we not?
I think so. I think that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Barry Peter says Cody engine build was HED season 2 polishing turds. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You ever watch Pete's videos, Rodney?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. That's Harold Engine Dyno season 2. Got it. Eric says TJ also had his personal best 60-foot, a 108 with the truck. Bang.
Well, not to brag.
That explains the axle and that's your fault, Eric. Way to go.
Man.
Did you see that axle picture? It was all the splines twisted up and
all twisted up.
Man. Way to go, Eric.
There you go.
He's gonna send you the bill. Man, there's Ray.
This thing.
We finally got to see Ray's Camaro.
Oh, and we got to see it. You know what I mean? Up close and personal. Hood off, doors open. Man, the thing is nice.
Yeah, that's a cool looking ride. I like it.
Can't
wait to see it at MAD in a couple weeks.
Oh,
looks good. Comment here. Eric says, "My hero, Ray."
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, what Ray said he had a post. He went like a 72, right?
Yeah,
I think it's what he
mm-hmm.
Man, that's a good start. He was.
And he was, they were getting it going and shaking it. I think he went out the weekend before and, working through some training issues, but they must have found something to go with 70, and but yeah.
Well, I think Wes was over there doing some helping out with some dump valve stuff. Maybe some settings on the dump side was a little wonky, and Wes kind of helped him and kind of walked him through some of that, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was wondering if the nickname Wes Hope, if that's what he's talking about. Something happened.
Right.
He made an adjustment or something and hoped it worked. I don't know, but they figured it out, So
Eric says 79. He went a 479. Okay, cool. There's Michael's dart again.
And that's all motor, right?
Man, I think it is. Didn't we learn that last year? Because we thought it was like a big block Mopar nitrous deal, but no, it's NA, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's one of those like old school, indie headed deal, if I remember.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
And it was running little Titans. So,
yeah.
So he's running fine, Didn't he win the big race too at Radio Roundup or something? Went 7 rounds.
Man, I think so.
Yeah, he did. I remember that. Yeah.
Last fall, was that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that 64 in there.
Oh, a Hemi. Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. Man, that thing got a Hemi in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Matt likes that S10 there.
Loving it.
Yep.
Yeah.
TJ runs good.
Yeah, things run real good. I met him in Ozark, and I think you did as well.
Yeah.
Last year. Yeah.
Back in October, right? Yeah. Yeah. He went some 60s over there at Ozark when he was there.
Yeah.
The truck runs good.
Real good.
When it's not eating the rear end.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But that's a good looking machine there.
Yes. I believe that was another 580 car. Man, thing looked good. And this is what I'm talking about. This is just stuff laying around, at Centerville. And just go there and take a picture of it. It's just like, holy cow. Thing looks
a lot of nice stuff. Jeez.
And every picture we show has a tree in the background.
That's right. The Arc City recap will not have any trees in the background unless we're seeing the highway across the trees across the street.
Right.
Yeah. Matt says we need to see those S10s come on up to our area.
Heck yeah. Hopefully they will.
Probably will if TJ can get fixed and
Cody.
Hopefully Justin and Cody will come.
Yeah. Oh, was he in Little Titans, Martin? Okay.
Oh, was he? Okay. Nova Little Titans.
Very good.
Man, that's a bad looking ride.
Oh, yeah, does look good.
Shoo. Them I'm not a huge I like the 66, 67 bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge fan of these, but when they look like Justin Martin's car and this car, shoo, when they're just slamming on the ground, man, they look so good.
Yeah, like Kyle's.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah. Little Titans.
Yeah, those are cool looking. There's the orange notch. Yeah.
Yeah. The one that made to the split down the
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So starting at 12, they went some rounds there.
Yeah. This was a clean little Malibu, right?
Mm-hmm.
And kind of a purplish.
Mm-hmm. Had to get a picture.
We've seen it drive by us, drive by our trailer quite a few times. Like, man, that's a really good looking car.
Mm-hmm.
I think it had a license plate on it too. Like you could zip it up and go drive down the highway.
Yep.
Oh, Austin says all motor as well. That Nova.
Yeah, I believe it. Cool. It looked like it had like the fuel injection, the stacks. Like
okay,
big old like Russell Foreman.
Yeah.
There's a basketball in there. You know what I mean?
Kind of like his and like Cameron's old setup, maybe, or what I don't know what it is now, but he had them throw holes in the hood, the throttle bodies. Yeah. that is what we got for that. We have winner circle picks, and we also have your rounds of racing, however you want to describe how your weekend went. What you pick? Which?
Let's get my junk out of the way, and then we'll get on to the winner circles.
Okay. Start wherever you want.
All right. Is there a pick?
It's going to be a body shop pick.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. So Friday we went in and met Wes there. We talked throughout the weekend or the week because we went to the dyno session, had a good session, learned a lot. We ended up putting a MSD CDI box on the car. Tanner helped me with that. And so just not wanting to hurt the motor, we just did these first Friday and the first couple hits Saturday. We were just doing these first gear only pulls. I mean, like, hey, get out there, let it shift, shut it off, coast. Get out there, let it shift, shut it off, coast. And, we started out with like no power. It went like a 121, 60 foot. I think the next one was in an 18. I think it was 60 foot.
Yeah.
And then we go, well, and all we're doing is just putting a little less retard, putting a little more boost into it. And we were taking to death because remember last year we had trouble getting down. And so, we're just like, this is great. And we wasn't trying to do a 110. We were at the end of the night, we wanted to do a 13 through a 15. You know what I mean? And so, Saturday we get up and we make another hit, and so plugs look good. We do a fresh plug change, and because we knew number 5 was a hot hole, so we just kept changing number 5 out, and getting the warm ups and stuff, and so then he said, "Hey, run it out the back." I'm like, "Okay." So just like I was doing before, I said, like before, I'd run it out, let it shift, shut it off, let it coast, start hitting the brake, turn. And so I did the same thing. I ran it out, let it shift. I ran through, shut it off. I sat there and coasted, and I'm like, oh, whoa, I'm going fast, And so at that point,
what did it mile an hour through the traps? You remember?
Like 150. It wasn't nothing too crazy.
Cooking along pretty good.
Yeah, I was cooking along pretty good. But I mean, in a normal situation, if someone was hitting the brakes at that time, they would have been fine. But when I was daydreaming along, like I was in this muscle memory. And so I get down a little closer. I'm like, oh man, I need to start slowing down. And in the day, just ran out of real estate at that point. So now I'm thinking, I'll make the turn. At no point was I like, oh man, what am I going to do? I'm scared. Like, what's going to happen? I was just like, I'll just make the turn here. And so I figured I could make the turn, and I was making the turn, and the left side kind of was going into the grass. Like if the turn was a little wider, I think I'd have been okay, but it's hard to replay it. And then once I went into the grass on the left side and I was starting to slide, then I was like, I didn't want the car to like grab and roll, And so I just kind of turned back into the fence and the ditch, and kind of just took that roll up on it, and I didn't go straight up. I guess if you went straight up, they had a little smoother, whereas the ditch wouldn't have got me, And so lesson learned there. But, when I first jumped out, Chad ran right over, and I was just like, holy cow, because even when I, shut the car off actually the car was already shut off. I was coasting the whole way. And that was another thing. I didn't have any engine braking or anything. And should have pulled the chute. And so anyway, I think at that moment, I'm just sitting in the car. I was getting ready to unbuckle, and I'm like, I sat there for like 10 seconds and like collect my thoughts. Like, you're just like, did that just happen? You know what I mean? Let me have a redo on that. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, man, that just happened. And then, it's starting to hit you. And I'm just even thinking like, oh, my season's done. What am I going to do? I got 2 weeks. So I get out, and Chad's already right there. I'm like, crap, Chad. He goes, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And so we kind of push the car back a little bit, and we get the hood off. And that's when, you did your first initial look, and you're like, oh, well, hey, there's nothing, I just figured all the bars would be up into the harmonic balancer. You know what I mean? I didn't know. And I'm just like, oh, well, okay, this ain't too bad. And about the same time you showed up with the golf cart, and The only problem is the right fender was rubbing the tire because it buckled both fenders. And so Chad being there, he goes, hold on, you know, went got his pry bar, and he just did a rollback. He's as strong as an ox, you know. He just rolled that fender back, kind of brought it back and got it off the tire, and we got it back to the pit. Well, you're still, you know, and I got to thank everybody that came over and helped, and they helped get me hooked up, kind of did, are you okay? And that sort of thing. And so, you know, in my memory, you know, you're looking at the car. I got Devin Brown over there. I got Goose over there. I got all these people like looking at the car. And before I'm at this point now, I was like, do we pack it up? You know, what's going on? You know, and so here came this freaking a brand new roll of Gorilla Tape from the TNS. And so I just remember, like, you were underneath, we got it on the ramps, and the fuel filter bracket kind of broke off. And so we were fixing that, moving the fuel filter so it wouldn't kink the hose. And at the same time, Andrew Lovett had the Gorilla Tape, and he's just like, Devin Brown's there. He goes, give me a 10-inch section, you know, there's 10, you know, slap that on. Okay, give me a 10, another 10, you know. Then they're just working that tape in while, you know, we're, you know, charging the battery, and because we know we're going to, you know, go up there and go for rounds. And
this happened on the test pass, right?
T4, if you think about it, the second test pass of the
last one. Yeah.
On the weekend. And that's why Wes just said, okay, let's run it out. Dude, we didn't have any boost in the car. You know, we were commanding 10, getting 8. You know, I think we were commanding at that point 15, getting like 13 to go 482 at 150. And so, like, you know, I'm just making sure nothing's hurt. You got to remember, last time I was out, we torched the heads. And so it's like, so I'm being real cautious. And you can even see it on the TPS. Wes and Gary both were kind of giving me some crap because, like, my TPS started at 100 and then went down to like 83 or something. And I'm in the car, like, I'm not floored. I'm scared. I think I don't want to hurt the motor. You know, I'm just thinking, oh my goodness, I just don't want to hurt this motor. And so we, you know, all I'd say, if I do it again, it's 100% my fault. I should have been at the stripe on the chute, applying the brakes. That car could slow down without the chute and make the turn going full blast. And so, you know, I got lazy, you know, and just kind of, you know, the whole muscle memory. So, you know, that's that. And so anyway, we get back to go to chip draw. So Sandra went up and got my chip, right? Because we're still putting the car back together and trying to fix things. And so we get up there and she comes back. She said, you got West show. I'm like, okay, you know, I'll take the tree. I'll get my point, you know, whatever. And so we get it all cleaned up and we get it basically like this. And we're in the staging lanes and Wes like, hey, I think we got each other. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm over here. Yeah, I'll, you know, whatever you want to do. And I go, just so you know, Gary found that the wastegate is broke. And so the little tube came off and it got crushed. Some kid brought it to us. And, you know, the valve is stuck. It's not going to sit there and chatter. It's broke. Like,
it's stuck open.
Circle and the wastegate's an egg. And it's stuck open. And he's like, well,
it's got a giant leak.
Yeah. We'll run it on the motor and take the tree, you know, yada, yada. Well, Wes came up and he said, you know, he had his little problem with the rod. He didn't know it at the time, I think, but he heard something. But he just said, I'm just going to take the tree, don't do anything, and just drive off. And I'm like, are you serious? You're broke? I didn't even know it. And he's like, yeah. And so we made this plan, you know, for courtesy racing. You know, he's like, I'm going to, you know, just pull my golf cart up. You know, when you take the first bulb, I'll start my car and take this, you know, he goes, I'll double bulb. You take your last bulb, the tree will come down and you just drive off and I'll hook my golf cart back up after I go across. And I'm like, okay. So that's what we did. And I idled down. I think I went 1684 or something you know, and made it past the first round. Well, so we're just looking, the car was fine. You know, the motor runs, you and Devin took all the measurements, make sure it tracked, you know, all the, you know, toe in, toe out and everything. And so now we're going to the next round, you know what I mean? So then we go up there to draw and I think it was myself and Troy Ray Parsons, and Brandon Stillwell in the final. And so we all draw, and we're sitting there, and Troy walks up to me. He goes, "You got 2R?" And I did. I knew I did, And I showed. Well, I got 2L. I'm like, oh dang. I'm like, all right, And so now we go back to the pit, and so now I'm just like, well, I just said, well, let's go ahead and race. I mean, we'll see if you can drive around me. I didn't know what it was going to do, the car. You know what I mean? But like Troy said on his post and here earlier, he was still trying to figure out that 235 tire. So I just figured, let's see what'll happen. I'm he's obviously making more power than I am right now because of my wastegate. And so this is that burnout there, where you see it right there. It's all taped up and everything. And I get the next day, Don Irwin calls me and goes, "You got to stock white tape in your trailer." That's what I do. I get a tape, a roll of red and a roll of white, just put it in your trailer.
Yeah.
That was funny. And so, but surprisingly on this, when we did the burnout, it zinged up like it had some power, like turbo was working like it, I'm like, oh man, I just figured it, when I stabbed the throttle, I thought it was just going to go, blah, 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 because the left side it's got a massive exhaust leak. You can hear it leaking, I can you know what I mean? And, but it's got great pressure.
I'm up there waiting up by the starting line for you to do your burnout. And I'm thinking, I hope this thing will even spin the tire.
I was the same thing.
It's missing its boost and la. And man, you zipped it up and started to burn. I was like, holy crap, that thing sounds good.
Yeah, I was so surprised. Of course, me and Troy go back and we work together. So, the whole like inner office stuff, you know what I mean? So I was just like, dang it, I'm going to hear it on Monday. The guys will be giving me some shit, Here I get my ass tanned to me, And so we take, we talked about who's going to take the tree, and we did all that, got up there and told him, go ahead and take the fourth bulb because I'll just sit there and, whatever. It ain't going to build any boost. And so we take off and the car like responded. I was surprised. And like I said, we're not commanding hardly anything anyways. And so it took off and I'm like, okay, I got a chance, and I felt it kind of take off and go. And so I ended up going like 520 at 119 because the same round TJ House, it told me his car shook violently, when I shifted into on this pass, when I shifted to 1-2, it shook the tires. And like I was kind of doing this stuff. I lifted, I went 520 at 119. And and I was just like, oh yeah, okay, this thing runs out, well, okay. And so, me and Troy get back down there. Of course, I had no problem stopping because I was using the brakes and had no issue there. And so come back around, and we high five each other and all that, and he's just trying to figure out that 235 tire still. And so now we're in the finals, and with Brandon. And so we got to talking about it. He came over, got to meet him. We're Facebook friends now and everything. And basically at the end of the day, we ended up splitting because, the track was gone. Eric, they called us over the PA and asked us to come up and so we ended up splitting it out. So that's how that deal went down. So yeah, the tape matches in black wheels. All right. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Ray Parsons. Tell the joke right there. Tell that joke, Gary.
Ray says after that black tape, I knew that was the turning point.
Remember what he said before that, like earlier in the day?
Oh no, I don't.
He was talking about stuff and he's talking about just cars. He goes, cars don't start running good till they're banged up a little bit.
Oh geez.
And I'm like, well, hey, hold on, that was before the incident. Yeah. But
it doesn't look terrible in this dark picture,
Yeah.
It's got some black accent. You can barely see a little dink in the fender above the exhaust.
Right.
Looks good.
Right. And so during this whole time while we're going through the rounds, I get a message from a guy named Nate Bell. Is that right? Nate Bell. And he
David Ball.
David Ball. Thank you. Well, I was so close. That was so close. Yeah. David Ball. He's like, hey, just so you know, I got a front end and some fenders, just FYI, and we figured out he was just literally what I would call down the street. He we had to go 30 minutes out of our way. And so we get there, and we ended up meeting up with him, and he had two frienders for a Fox body and a nose, and it was a GT nose. It's not an LX nose, which is fine. And so we ended up picking that up at the Loves. I mean, we didn't know what Jason was going to do, and so you know, if he's able to fix front end, and like Gary said, he's like, hey, you know, just buy it, you know, resell it, whatever, you know. And but you know, we don't want to go into next weekend, you know, not having something. So we got it and brought it home with us. And so then, you know, we just do, you know, it took us 7 hours because we stopped and talked to him for a little bit. So we drive back from the Tulsa to the I-35. We both slept through the
I would agree with that statement.
We both slept. We were just sitting there just like, you know, and so we stopped off of that. Well, I don't remember what it's called over there, but we saw a Dairy Queen. Yeah.
That was the Perry exit. Yeah.
Perry, yeah. We saw a Dairy Queen, and we had to stop, and we even stretched out, you know, went to the bathroom. We're like, man, we got to stay here, like wake up. And because we're going to bed like at 2:30 after waffles, and then you're getting back up at like 9 or whatever, and you're only on this adrenaline and stuff. And so I get the car unloaded, and we get the front end, and you might have a picture of that. We get the front end off, and we take it to I took it to Jason's yesterday morning. Yeah, so this is me at Jason's before work. So those are the fenders I bought from David. That's my nose, and my hood is on that sawhorse right there. And he asked me, did you bring the other nose? And I go, well, I didn't have enough room in my truck, you know, so this is what I brought. And I go, by the way, like when that nose came off the fenders, it's not going on my fenders. Like my fenders are jacked up, and so they're coming off. And he's like, okay. So, you know, they're looking at the nose, and he's like, why don't you bring the nose tomorrow? And I'm like, okay, you know, and so, well, then that night he sends this picture to me, and he says, don't bring the nose, it's fixable. And I'm like, okay. So that was like the best news I heard all day. And then at the same time, I'm calling Joseph from Garage Built, and I'm telling him everything I need. I need a wheel. I need a wastegate. I need, I think that was the two things I got from him. So the wastegate showed up today, and the wheel is on its way because it got the wheel as well. Yep. Once I got it home, we didn't see it the first night, but it got the wheel. Yeah. I sent this picture to Goose, and he's like, perfect timing to go back to black wheels. This is back to black wheels. And so it got the wheel. And I'm like, daggone it. So that's coming. And and that's all the fiberglass that they're already putting this thing out. You remember that left lower corner where that long crack is on the left lower? Remember, that was in the field. I raced the rest of the night with that gone, you know? Yeah. And I think either Goose or a kid or somebody brought it over to us. And so, yeah, they're so Jason calls me as I'm coming home tonight, and he goes, hey, the fenders are in primer. Like, we already welded the antenna hood, the little antenna on there, it's welded shut. There's a little ding that David showed us. I fixed that. They're stripped down. I'm going to put them in primer in the morning. You're going to pick them up on Friday. So take your fenders off, you know, Wednesday, Thursday. I want you to put these new fenders on because I know you're going to have to fit the Zeus fasteners and everything off the fenders. And he goes, then once you fit all that, bring the fenders back to me because I'm going to paint them on Monday. And then they'll be white. He goes, your hood, where the barbed wire caught it all and everything, it'll be in primer as well. I don't know if I'll get that white by the race. And I'm like, you know, of course, I'm like, that's fine, you know. And he goes, the nose I'll definitely have in primer, but I doubt if it'll be painted. And I was like, he goes, I know it's the big race for Mad and Titans the 10-5, so we're going to knock this out. So that's all going on with the body, right? And I got Joseph, you know, sending me parts. Well, the wastegate jacked up. You got that picture? So here's the wastegate. You can see what's going on here, right? And so, so it showed up today, but where the wastegate bolts onto this, I don't think I sent a picture, but there's like a collector that is bent up as well. And so I called, what's it called? Monkey Fab Garage out of Houston, because they made those. And I know Gary's looking right now because he actually has all this. I took all of the weldable parts over to Gary at like 5 o'clock tonight. I took the crossover tubes. Yeah, you got it right there. This, that's the down off the wastegate. That's smashed.
The fuel pressure, the fuel filter did the damage to all this. It got pushed up in there, and it pushed on this, and it just wrecked that wastegate. It's this isn't round no more. The housing isn't. It's ugly.
It is. So we're going to have to, Gary to the rescue once again. So when everybody asks Gary all the time, like, when's your car going to be done? Remember all these times, the 30 hours he put into Troy's oil pan so he can make the race, right? Now he's going to have however many hours in fixing rod stuff. You got to fix this where the wastegate bolts on. The whole crossover tube is bent in. He's going to cut it, try to expand it out, the tube out, weld it back together, put a slip fitting in there. The 5-inch down pipe is crushed at the tip. I brought him a 5-inch piece to weld back on. I'll race it this weekend without it coated, and then send it over to Redneck Ring. Yeah, you look at it, Larry. Look at it, Larry. Yeah, you can see where that bolted on, and that's just all crushed out. And but we raced with it like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it ran amazingly well for having a giant leak like this.
Yeah. And so Gary asked me last night, he goes, man, look on your download and see how much power that made or how much boost that made.
Boost.
And it peaked at 16. It made like 13, 14 through the run. I think we were commanding like 25 or something.
That sounds right.
And so that's what it made with that boost. So it responded a little bit, you know what I mean? And so, but that was fun.
You wouldn't have went super duper fast, but it ran well enough.
You make a good point too, because later in the rounds, the dew was setting in, and that's why they end up splitting, right? That fair.
Yep.
I mean, Eric's on, so he can correct me. But like with this wastegate leaking, it might have played in my favor.
Sure. Bit.
Yeah. Troy hit the tires, and not saying, Troy hit the tires before, so it's hard to say, but like he was definitely, once he collected it, he was motivating on down, but yeah,
he was coming.
Yeah. And so, the plan is, like I told you about on the body side. So I got that going on. Of course, Gary's doing the mechanical side. So I still got to order my fuel pump bracket that Gary was talking about. He's got the crossover pipe. He's already got the 5-inch down pipe. So he'll weld all that back together. I got the wastegate today. If I get the rim by Friday, I'll dismount that, get the tire back, change all that out. And I, should be back together, doing an oil change, transmission, service the tranny but yeah, that's kind of the story.
Lewis says, I said pin or shut.
He did. He goes, you get something, you shut that thing off, put something up in there. And I was even asking, I was like, hey, for real, can we get some sheet metal or something and put up in there? He goes, dude, it's not a perfect circle. It's like an egg. You know what I mean? And so I just remember that we were talking about it.
Yeah, we could have went to Stude's trailer and cut some. Surely they've probably got some stainless or some mild steel or something. We could have cut it up and welded to this, and it made enough power to get done. I mean,
it all worked out, but it's just
and who knows how much boost it would have made, without being able to breathe out of this wastegate.
I was talking to some people because and after the incident, I'm just like, there's going to be pictures. You know, Melissa came up to me already. She's like, I took some pictures of, you know, you being in the ditch, but I just have them just so you know. So I'm just thinking through that. And I'm like, I need to call my wife. And so this is another story. Sorry to backtrack, but like, dude, we can't find my phone. And we spent 30 minutes looking for my phone. We went back to the where it came off the ditch or whatever the incident happened. And we got spotlights, Troy's big spotlight out there. I'm sure we look like we're idiots on the big end of the track, or I mean on the starting line, you know. And I think actually the track owner came over and asked what we're doing, and we're looking. Yes, you did. We're looking for this phone, blah blah blah. Gary's calling it. You know, we can't find it. It's like, and I'm just like, I know I had it on the starting line. I know I did because I took the picture of Dave and Mike Yielding's car right there. So I knew I had it on the starting line. So I'm sitting there and like, all right, let's go back to the car. Maybe it flew out when I hit the ditch and stuff. And, or I mean, flew in the car, you know what I mean? Like flew up in the floorboard or whatever. And so I'm looking all through the car. I mean, like under the seat, big lights, can't find it. So, and it's a weird feeling like not having your phone. And so basically it was in my racing pants, but when I took them off, it fell out and slung. It was in the back of the golf cart, but it was in the front. It was like pinched in between. So I finally found it like up in there, like in the back of the golf cart. So like, oh my goodness. So I lucky. Oh, so lucky. I called her and I'm like, hey, just so you know, I went off the end of the track, but everything's fine. Car's fine. Traceable. I'll fix it. You know, I just want you to know though, you're going to see some pictures, you know. Okay, what happened, you know? And so, yeah, but anyway, it was a crazy weekend. And I tell you that because I'm 55 on Monday, right? I'm turning 50 on Monday. My first pass was at WIR when I was 16. I've never went off the track. Like, I never have done that, you know? And so first for everything. But, and to be honest with you, once you settle down and like we're in the hotel, you know, or actually last night too, I'm lucky. Like this is a little fix. Yeah. It's going to cost a couple $1,000 or whatever, but you know, well, I'm not going to miss a race. And because of, you know, the community helping me out, getting the car back going, there'll be some things I'll fix later as well. Like the catch can's got a dent in it. I'll probably change it this winter, you know, and that sort of thing. But I'm very lucky that, you know, it could have been a lot worse. So, yeah, but yeah, so that's it.
Larry Hunt says, Al and I called it Saturday night at the hotel that you will have parts within 24 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Troy made a comment back up here about you and him racing. He said, I tried to hand Rodney only the time slip with just the reaction time on it. It looked better that way.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, he got me on the light. He did. He did.
He was just being nice and giving him a head start.
Or yeah, I was a little intimidated, to be honest with you, because of just what happened, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great weekend. Great weekend. So before we go into the winter, do you have any more pictures of like my stuff?
Just this is it here. Just the monkey fab piece that's coming and the new wastegate. Yeah. So the wastegate's here.
Yeah. Shout out to Monkey Fab and Joseph. I mean, Joseph was hitting me up on Sunday. What do you need? Let me know whatever you need. And shout out to Ultra Color. Like, you know, I tagged him in the post, you know what I mean? And Logan Metcalf, he messaged me. He goes, don't worry about it. We'll fix it, whatever it is. And then Jason, I think we might have been almost to Oklahoma that Jason called. He goes, okay, what's going on? I mean, it's Sunday, you know, and the body shop is calling me. What's going on? What's the plan? And I told him everything up to that point. He's like, what happened? How bad is it? You know, and we talked for a good, 30, 40 minutes, you know, and he's just like, just bring it to me tomorrow morning. So I knew at that point I had to start working on my car as soon as I got off the trailer. Because I was talking to you, my grass was behind because I was doing that CDI box. And I was like, do I mow the grass till I get home or am I going to unload the car? And so I had to unload the car. take all that stuff apart, and you saw he's already working it. But shout out to those guys. I mean, and like to you, Gary, if you wasn't welding all this stuff up, you're another key part of this puzzle. Going racing, welding all this stuff up. You're like, I can do this. Give me this. And and that's why I called you back after I talked to Jason, saying, okay, this is when he said he had the fenders ready, and this is when he said, how does that look on your end? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And luckily, we got a weekend in between. If it was this weekend, we'd be a little bit in trouble, But,
yeah. And at some point, I'm going to have to grab my welder off of this cart and stuff, and we're going to have to go to your garage with it. I'm going to have to do some a little bit of cutting and fitting and tacking at your place, and then drag it back over here and weld her up. So nothing we haven't done before.
I know, but before we go to the winter circuit pictures, I want to talk about something. What's Lewis Martin saying?
Lewis says Monkey Fab is awesome. He has done some awesome stuff for that. He didn't have to. Stand up guy.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, he made this piece he's showing in the picture. He was texting me, and I was sending it over to Gary because it's the 2.5 tube, but it's got the bigger 60 millimeter wastegate, whatever that means. I don't know as far as the tubing, but he's like, well, I don't have one of those on the shelf. And so I'm communicating back to Gary. He's at work. This is what he's saying, is this, sending pictures, is this what we want? And And so anyway, so he made it, and he's shipping it in the morning. So he's out of Houston. I'll get it. Well, what do you think? Thursday, maybe Friday at the latest. Yeah. And we'll have it, to mess with it.
I'm going to guess. Yep. I would guess Friday.
Yeah. And
by the weekend, that's cool. And I could totally make this thing, but if somebody else makes it, that's less on my plate.
Yeah.
You're right.
Exactly. I know you can make it too. Yeah, I get it. But I want to back up for a second, because when I was on the way home, Al called me, and I want to talk this out because it's important. When we came down Sunday, right before we were going to go meet David Ball, we were getting a quick breakfast at the hotel, and Al and Larry came down. And that's when they announced that, hey, Harper's coming to Mid-America.
Yes.
It's going to prep Mid-America. It's going to be great, and this is going to be awesome, And so he just got the news there. And we were talking for a second, and we were talking about what I think I'll reflect, but I think I started the conversation. I said, what do you got to do to get a show up point? And I just kind of remembered that kind of went down because, Show took his car up there with it not running, started it, went to beams, backed out to get a point, and Al mentioned that, like, no, you just have to be on the property to get a point. And I'm like, what? No. And so we didn't have a discussion, but it was, we were going back and forth for a second at the table. And
that point you're talking about, that's the show up point, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. Show up point. Yep. And so what do you got to do to get a show up point? Do you got to show up Friday? Well, no, because Friday is the track. Okay. You got to show, what do you got to do? You got to show up Saturday and go and take the beam at T1. And I said, well, wait a minute. He even told me, he was giving me crap because I was like, I kind of jumped up there and I go, you be careful, because if that's T1's officially, part of the series, then T1, T2, those are records too, in my opinion, And he said, like, no, I mean, right? Remember we were talking through this.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I think you're wrong there, And I'm like, well, what, and it's part of the Titans. And so we moved on because we had to go find David 30 miles down the road. And so he called me back, and this is why I want to kind of talk through. He called me back, and he goes, Rod, I want to talk to you. You're right. I looked it up on the rule book, and now I guess NHRA, IHRA, and I didn't know I was right. I don't know this for a fact. It just seemed that way,
Yeah.
And he goes, so if anybody, because he even said, because I made the comment that at Tulsa during T2, I went faster than the record. And I said, hey, I get a point. He goes, no, you don't. It wasn't eliminations. I'm like, oh, no kidding. And so that's what kind of like, oh, okay. And I just, went back to my trailer, and so he asked me too. He goes, hey, on that deal in Tulsa, like, did that affect you in the championship? The point and all that. And I'm like, no, it won, I won out. So he goes, okay, well, you should have got a point for that. Cause I checked today with NHRA and IHRA. So, testing, he goes, I hate to call it qualifying, but T1, T2 on Saturday is the racing. And
you're the Tulsa deal, the Tulsa one you just described, that'd be the half a point, right? You got the ET, you'd have got the half a point available.
Okay. And so anyway, Larry's saying he just said he knew this, but I didn't know this. And so we were talking to Al, but anyway, Al called me back. And he's just like, I just want to let you know and let the, on the podcast know that, like, in T1, if you show up, you take the beams in a replicable race car that fits your class. You can't show up in a Dodge minivan or, your mom's minivan or your tow truck. Yeah, your tow truck and take the beam, but you'll get your show up point right there. And also, if any kind of records broke in testing, you will get your whatever points or half points, Gary, for the record. So just talking through that, and wanted to talk through that conversation. But yeah. So anyway, just passing that along. Appreciate it.
Sure. And Eric, he's had some input on his end. He says at Centerville, if it's done in qualifying on a race, it's part of our record.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Boom.
Same deal. Boom. All right. So that's done. Now let's talk about Harper coming to Mad, right?
Harper. Verified.
Out there. I saw some posts. Harper kind of messaged us a little bit. Al and Larry we talked about it. They let us know at the breakfast, but it's on the street. So anybody worried about the track prep at Mad on for the Titans 10-5, it's called Mayhem at Mad, May 1st and 2nd. I know the track's going to be there, so it's going to be a lot of fun. The only, hopefully we got a lot of local spectators, a lot of local bracket guys, no box guys, 580, 650. I mean, Little Titans. Sorry to hear that it was the same weekend as the circuit, but yeah. I mean, Centerville showed out. The whole, especially in Outlaw 10-5. What do we have? 3 to 5 cars last year in each class, and
it was pretty weak, pretty small.
Yeah, and they had 12 deep, and the Foremans weren't even there, so that would have been another car in both classes.
Yep, Foremans and Ondrick.
Yep. Yeah, Ondrick. Yeah, another one, and the Masons. Yeah, that's another
right,
two car. Yeah. So anyway, that's all good stuff. What's Ray saying?
Dun, dun, dun. Ray says, so to clarify, as long as you make one qualifier, you get show up points for the event. Yeah.
And I'm saying that's what Al said. Now, Larry is on the horn right here. So, Larry, why don't you make your comment? The answer is yes. But as long as it's in a replicable race car, that was a little hashtag, a little asterisk at the bottom that Al said. But that's exactly what he told me, Ray. And so,
and Schote came up to get that point, and he didn't need to. So he's coming up with a broken car, and he got right up to the beams. They fired it and did that deal. Where had we known, he wouldn't have had to fire his broken car and possibly do more damage. But minimize damage.
Minimize it. Well, and to that point, when we all got back after that round, he came over, one of the boys came over and it's like, hey, Rodney, can I borrow your golf cart? Because they already put their golf cart in and they didn't want to start, drive the car up in there because it was hurt. So they used my golf cart to push it on in, and so, to your point. But anyway, just, a little tech top here. We always want to use this podcast was built for communication. Like Gary and I, when Gary's idea came to me, let's do this. and be a platform for communication. And that's what we're doing right now. And so anyway, we just want to get that out there officially.
Good stuff. You ready for a few winner circle picks?
Heck yeah. Let's close it out with some winner circles.
So we don't have the Outlaw guys. 3 of them split, and we don't know how they worked all that. The Little Titans, we know 5 of them split. So the rest of the stuff did win out. And we'll start here with Rodney. Winner of Outlaw 8-5 versus Limited, Rodney Dow. Congrats, Rod. Good job.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks for all your help. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. We didn't quit. We're there. Let's try something.
Yeah.
It worked out. Next, 580 Index, Ty Thomas, in a blue Chevy 2.
Yeah, very cool.
Congrats, Ty. Comment here. Troy says, so does that mean if they get point in qualifier, they will have a chip drawn for them in round 1, so someone will get a competition bye?
Man, that's a great question. So what he's saying there, like, let's say there's, I don't know, it don't matter. Let's say there's 10 cars, and but 9 come up for the chip draw, which would be E1, right? And because he just came in just to do the beams in T1 or 2, let's just say he broke. Let's say he came to race and he broke, right? So he limped through qualifying, but he's not going to be able to make it to E1 because, or the chip draw, because he broke. So
right.
He's entered a class, right? He got his point.
Yep.
And so does that chip stay in the bucket to draw out? That's a great question.
That's a great scenario.
Yeah. That's a great question. And I hope that it does. But like, I don't know what the official ruling will be, but to be continued if no one answers.
Right.
To
be clarified.
Or if Larry can answer, and that's okay if you can't tonight, Larry, but that's a great question. And we'll follow up on that for sure.
To be clarified at a later date. Stay tuned. Yeah. Doug Perry says, congrats, Rodney Dowell.
Thank you, Doug. Thanks for coming on, Doug.
Ray says, a good question, Troy. Yes, we will figure that out.
Yeah.
Back to the winners. Let's see. 650 Index, Gary Rimmer.
Heck yeah.
Congrats, Gary. Good job.
Man, look at all that family there. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people there.
650. Nice.
650 Index.
Oh, what's
that's what? What's that?
Check out that. Eric
Double O Rimmer, Centerville. Man,
must be deadly on the light.
Must be a killer. Oh, there he is.
All right.
Heck yeah. Oh, congrats, nice, Gary.
Heck yeah.
Isn't this the index that AJ would be racing in, right? 650?
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, 650. Yeah. Man,
Gary,
he missed out.
Make it mad, I hope. I know it's a little bit of a pool. You'll have a good time.
Yes, be a good time. Here's Pro Tree No Box winner, Jackson Rogers. Congrats, Jackson Rogers.
Heck yeah. A little Mustang, little Fox body.
Oh, there you go. Yes, sir. He's coming to Mad.
Nice. Heck yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Dude, this car, this little Fox body, it's not exactly your color, but it's, as you can see, but he came by us. We're on the scooter. Man, my first car was an 82 Mustang. I bought it after high school from Mel Hamilton. And, and so, it's my first car. I bought with my own money. I went and got a little loan, and you know what I mean? Right after high school, and I wanted to have a 5.0s and 82, and it had that GT front end, and this car had that. I might buy those just for sentimental, and maybe a little stalker, and but like I had to go look at this car because like it brought back some memories,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The motorcycle, Pro Tree Motorcycle, Trevor Sayer. Congrats, Trevor.
Nice. Yeah, Trevor. We talked to him, right? Wasn't you next week when they went after they did his picture, and he was super excited and got his picture taken. And I know he's on right now. He's the first one in the gate. So congratulations, bud.
Yes, congrats to you, Pro Tree Motorcycle. Oh, here he is. He says personal best 574.
Great. Congratulations. Good job. Yep.
Ray says, I'll just go ahead and say it. Centerville crew is coming in hot in every class at MAD. Bring it.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Man, I love it.
Load up everybody.
Yes. Waffle Fest Friday night. You know how we do it. Yeah. And you know, not to say Clayton, and let me stop for a second, like, because we got some inside information. You know, Harper was up there racing last weekend. And so, you know, they're up there doing their thing and racing Rocky's car. You know, Harper and Mrs. Harper got local jobs here in Wichita. You know, they're kind of doing their thing, settled down a little bit. They still got their house here as well. And so, you know, he's just doing some racing, playing with some race cars. And Clayton came up to Harper and was like, hey, you know, what do you think about when the Mac comes to town? You know, I got that PJ down just right. You want to help? Can we get together? I learned something, you know, let's do this. You want to help me? And also with my Halloween throwdown race in October. And so that's how that got going. And he's like, yeah, I'll do it, you know, and you know, of course,
that'd be a great combo, those two guys.
Oh yeah. So you know, Harper's not coming out of retirement, you know what I mean? And but like, he's going to be there for this event, another radio event coming up in October that Matt's putting on. But it's just nice that everybody's like, you know, playing around and allowing things, and they had to get the okay from Al and Larry, of course, and probably from the local owner Goose as well. And so we're just glad it's all working out, you know. Yeah,
it'd be great event.
Yeah.
Trevor Sayer says back to back in Centerville.
Oh hell yeah, that's hometown. Well, hopefully he makes the trek too to Arc City. Stay on that points lead, right?
That's right. You come out of there with the points lead. Come into MAD. Our last winner we're going to show here is Katie Spaniak, Pro Tree Dragster.
Heck yeah.
Katie and her dad Gary.
Yeah.
Yep.
She just, you know, what do they say? She just started off where she left off, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, she's awesome.
Eric says, "Congrats, Trevor."
Heck yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Love that backdrop with the tower and everything. You know what I mean?
Yep. And the Centerville sign over there on the side. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Sorry,
awesome
I cut you off there.
No, you're good. Eric says, "Awesome job, Katie." Yep. Congrats to her. The Spaniacs know their way to the winner's circle as well.
Oh yeah. So,
yeah. Gary and Katie. Yes. Yep. And that is all of the winners' pictures, all the pictures we got.
All right. Great show.
Yes. Yep. Eric, your crew, and Sonny, man, you all was extremely hard workers, great hosts. We had a great time at your racetrack, and we'll be back.
Yep.
Good time. Fun little atmosphere, the trees, the whole thing is cool.
Yeah. No, it is. And I just ditto everything Gary says. I mean, you know, I've been to some racetracks, and like some of the racetracks, I'm talking about back in the day, I ain't talking about anything now, but like, it was almost like if you went and talked to somebody that was the personnel, it's like you're bothering them, you know, like what?
Yeah.
You know, but you know, these guys are running around like looking to help somebody, you know, what can we do? Hey, everything okay? You need anything? Track good, you know, and just can't say enough. You know, you feel appreciated that you're there, and that goes a long ways, you know. And so, but yeah. You know,
you remember after your picture, Melissa took your picture, and off to the side of the water box, but there was 6 or 8 guys just hanging out.
Yeah.
What? It was 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
You're like, man, good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
Yeah. They're like you said, there's 6 to 8 guys there, and they kind of couple golf carts and had a little radio going, probably into a 30 pack, and
a little beverage. Yeah.
And so after she took the picture, he's like, you hear him say, man, it's a badass ride, good job, congratulations. And just was a couple of them did a little clappy clap, and so it was cool.
That's cool to see and hear from. I assume they was local people. They was hanging out. That they welcomed you into their track and community.
Yeah.
So it's a good feeling. Yeah. Eric says it was a bad night to be a bush light.
Deep in a 30 pack.
Doug Perry says, great show, guys. Sorry to see your car banged up, Rodney.
Appreciate it. We'll get it fixed. Got a good team around me.
Eric says, thank you for all you guys do for our racing community and the Titans of 10-5. Man, thanks, Eric. Now, this year at MAD, you come up in the back of the trailer. We're going to know who you are. Remember last year you come in the trailer?
Eric, yeah. And he felt, dude, that was it. What a relationship, man. This is just awesome. This is awesome.
Yeah, Gary says deep in a 30 pack. That might have been each 30 pack each. I'm kind of quiet. Yeah, you're quiet. All right. Dude,
we had a good time at the banquet after party at the little campfire.
Oh, yeah, the little fire and thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good time. Yeah.
Dude, I love that. Especially during the winter, when you're kind of cooped up. I was remembering that night, just like that was awesome.
Yep. That was good. I was
looking forward to
seeing Eric them,
I really was, and it didn't disappoint. Obviously, I don't want to be dealing with my little incident right now, but by next weekend it'll be fixed and ready to roll. But it was a fun time, it really was.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what Gary Putton said. If you're not having fun racing, you're racing with the wrong people. And
exactly right.
Man, there's plenty of classes to get in and go race, And the formatting, not everybody, they might have a little, hey, what's going on here? You got Al and Larry to make a decision and, come back down. And that's why, this format here brings that up too. We want to be a way to communicate that and talk through things. And, we talked about the point, show up point, and and then we'll get back to you with Troy's question.
There's a new scenario.
Yeah. So good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yep. Let's give our partners another shout out on the way out the door here. Let's shout out these awesome partners. Titans of 10-5, the fastest small tire series in the Midwest. CMB, Chuck's Metal Buildings and Construction. Harry Street Carpet. Mobile Recon Mobile Detailing. Ozark Raceway. Ultra Color Collision Repair. TNS Race Cars. And Sandlin Iron and Metal. Thank you guys so much for being great partners and hanging out with us as we go racing and goofing off and telling tall tales in 2026.
Nice. Good job, Gary.
Heck yeah.
Doing without him. And I'm just staring at it right there. I'm just looking at Sandlin being out there, TNS, and CMB right now with the Parsons and, Ultra right now.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. The interaction just from the weekend with these people that help us, the Titans, obviously.
Yeah.
Chuck's Metal Buildings. We was hanging out with Ray and his dad Chuck was there.
Yeah.
Ultra Color. Sound was on the property. TNS was on their property. Ultra Color. That the connection you got with him on Sunday to get the car fixed. Man, great community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. You ready?
Ready.
Tomorrow's Wednesday, not Monday. Yay. Let me get to the right spot here. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
See.
Nice. All right.
One more thing for the Centerville crew. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit the sack and go back to work.
All right. Thanks everyone for showing out. Good recap. Great picks. Great job, Gary. We'll keep working.
Yep. We'll be back Sunday with something, and we'll see how far along your car is. Yep. Well, tomorrow's Wednesday. We put the notice out on Wednesday or Thursday. We'll touch base with whoever we need to touch base with.
Sounds good.
And go from there.
Sounds great.
All right. Good night, Rod.
Good night.
Congrats on your win again. That was a fun time.
Yes. Thanks for all your help.
Yes, sir. Good night, everybody.